All right, welcome everybody to Bobcat Esports. Today, Marshalltown is facing Waterloo East, which happen to be the returning champions from last year. And today with me, I have a familiar player with us who was on last year's team and this year's team as well, Caleb Mast.
Hello, everyone. I'm Caleb Maston. I was the IRS on last year's team, and we're going to be commentating this game.
Yeah, and kind of jumping in really quick here, kind of started without the stream running, but as you can see, the blue players is Marshalltown, kind of starting out right there. Initially, we are viewing Omar as Tyrone Johnson. He's, you can tell, droning in, so a little bit of a quick pace at the moment, so just bear with us as we kind of get through this first round, and then we'll kind of start settling in.
And as you saw, one of our new players, Connor, rate my aim on Ash, got the first pick on the smoke of the other team. So Marshalltown starts with a 5v4 as they push up. You watch as he's going to drone up yellow.
Kind of a good advantage here as we have already up a player compared to Waterloo East being down one. So as you can see, Connor initially saw a player on that edge, but decided not to pursue it and just go around and try to rotate and go somewhere else.
And these castles are clearly going to trouble them as they got to waste more utility, more time just to take them down.
As you can also tell kind of in the screen there as they're, Connor unfortunately not paying attention and getting taken out there as he takes out that castle barrier.
Omar quickly doing the refrag though.
Looks like they're heading out as a hot start right now, kind of taking off each other back and forth.
Yeah, now it's a 2v3 with Peyton, aka Waffle, now dead.
Yep, unfortunate
1v3
there.
with our another new player, Trey, left.
So this is kind of a hard and daunting task for Trey to take on a 1v3, especially with his,
But he gets the pick on Kunai Wolf here. As he pushes into sight, he does not have diffuser. He does not know where they are either. I believe he has one drone left in his pocket. He's going to take down Mute. And he's going to take down Stoneworld for the win for Marshalltown.
Taking them on, all three.
What a play.
That was such a clutch
What the free fire as well. What a great play from Trey as we see why he's on this team.
Clutch play there by Trey, taking them all on. As like I said, that is not an easy task to take a 1v3, but
especially in the situation where you're down on the health with no diffuser as well. That was a great play from Trey.
Absolutely.
Takes the first round here.
Gets them all out. Very impressive there, as you can tell. So as we kind of have a little bit of time here to now settle back down. Marshalltown is for sure returning back with some veteran players and some newbies, as Caleb suggested earlier. We have Connor, who is as Rate My Aim. Trey as, is that Chicks?
I just say J-I-Q-Z.
J-I-Q-Z. And then, of course, Jeshua is a new player as well. We have Tyrone Johnson as Omar returning back.
That's the new captain too.
On the team, and Waffle 8778 as Peyton returning back as well. Now, as we heard earlier, as Caleb and I were waiting here to start to stream and waiting for our delay, one thing that Coach Sebastian said was this year's team is pretty skilled in this game. They've put in the hours, and he said it's very difficult this year to pick who to start, just because of the massive outcome. But
yeah, absolutely.
In your eyes, Caleb, what do you think, especially since being from last year to this year, what you see in the team?
Well, so far I already played with Tyrone Johnson, Omar, and Peyton, and what I remember from them, they were really good at communicating. They had pretty good aim. We were connected as a team, and so far from what I've seen this year already, they look pretty connected as well, which you can see Tyrone Johnson's currently droning him in. And I think since a lot of people on this team are very, very skilled, we're not going to see a definitive team every single game. You're going to see more different players every year and every game. And I think that this year Marshalltown has a serious chance at winning state. And I think that, well, we're just good.
Absolutely, yeah. It's kind of hard to tell exactly right now what how the team's gonna look, but based off of the one round, it was kind of almost a toss up there. Thought Marshalltown was gonna lose there, honestly, in my opinion. But Trey, of course, coming in clutch and getting that 1v3. It'd be definitely nice to see Marshalltown coming in with some hardware at the end of the season, kind of matching, if anything, doing better than the Valorant team, who
Got second place last year.
second place last year as well. So, and
We
as we
see Omar with the first pick and also knowing where someone else is. He's going to take the line scan, but not looking behind him as Aruni takes him out.
yeah, kind of unfortunate there with Omar, but relaying the
We
communication
see
now.
multiple picks coming out. We got Trey with another pick. And now a 2v2 with Trey and Connor, our two new players left standing, with Kunai Wolf and Hype Char, 2-1 and 1-1.
Trey and Connor just kind of sitting next to each other, 2v2. So it's a bit of a
Less than a minute left with no diffuser, so Marshalltown's currently at a disadvantage here. And Trey keeps falling for these, whatever it's called,
yeah, these kind of
clones. I keep forgetting their names.
Yeah. as you saw that item that Trey shot there was kind of a diffuse or a jammer, so you can't run your drones through there, so they can't get really any intel.
You can't put any electronics there, honestly.
So it really just kind of blocks your.
Anything that runs off electronics is gonna,
So we're gonna jump here to Connor.
Oh, Connor not seeing
Connor
him. is
unfortunately
getting
gonna take it, but
down.
the bomb was planted, so at least still.
Trey once again in a 1v2. He has a good situation knowing exactly where the diffuser is, and it's gonna be hard.
It is a good thing that.
Ping goes out,
Oh,
and
very unfortunate there.
unfortunately Trey's taked out, but that was still a good play from Trey. And round 2 goes to Waterloo East. And as you were saying before, I think we should mention, if you're new to Siege, Siege has a variety of unique operators who have their own special abilities and weapons. As you see, that jammer was from an operator called Mute, and he puts down the jammers. You can't put anything that drives off electricity through them. And look, there's another Mute. And then as you see, there's an Azami who has these little kunais that explode and make barriers. Every operator is unique in their own way, which makes the game a very fun, unique, and makes every round a toss.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, as Caleb suggested, if you're new in this game, there's a lot of stuff to learn about. So, of course, gadgets, these drones, each character has their own individual ability or item that they can essentially use to prevent the other players from coming in. So this game is a team-based, obviously, where you have an attacking and defending team who comes in. The defending team is obviously trying to prevent the attacking team from coming in, and essentially it's planting a bomb onto these points. As you can see here, you have A and B, where they got to plant it on either or, so kind of gives them some options there. But it's as you can tell already, it's not very easy to do that. But with skill, communication, and teamwork, definitely can overcome. But as I said, this Waterloo East so far is giving Marshalltown a challenge. So we'll see how it continues on, especially now that we're tied up 1-1. And let's go ahead and jump into, let's see here. Let's jump into Peyton, see how Peyton does today.
And Peyton just got the wall, so a new reach and a line of sight has been opened, making the defenders a little more on edge, and it's going to be harder for them to defend it. But we'll see what happens. Peyton peeks off the Azami. He's going to throw a drone here. Shot immediately, but he knows that the Valkyrie is still on the Azami.
As you can tell when he threw his drone, it kind of got blurry there for a little second, which is that Mute is the character who essentially blocks your gadgets. The only way to get past that, I believe, is by destroying his jammers.
Yeah. And ooh, with a good pick, and it's gonna be a 5v3.
So one thing that I'm noticing right now is Marshalltown is actually doing some vertical play, which
We've
is
been talking about it a lot.
it's kind of new, and it's kind of actually good that Marshalltown's doing some vertical play here.
Especially because it opens a lot of line of sights for people up there. And with the wall open, it's going to be really hard to keep yourself like safe, knowing that's what, see, it's Joshua gets another pick. Down goes Trey, but Diffuser's going down in the 4v2.
Kind of skipping around here. It looks
Flash
like
goes out. You see,
looks like
Connor definitely knows about him.
yep.
Okay, Diffuser's down. 40 seconds left in the match for Marshalltown to win, or if all defenders are eliminated.
Kind of at this point now, since Marshalltown
Connor can definitely
planted
get a
there.
good pick here if he plays off the bird. All right, 3v1 after
Connor.
Joshua gets the Claymore kill. He's peeking the breach. If I was Connor, I'd definitely be peeking this. It'd be a free kill. And that's another Joshua
Nice
Claymore.
job.
And that's rounds goes to Marshalltown.
So Marshalltown doing a really good job here, just kind of keeping them at bay. I know during practice here, sometimes we'd just noticing them, they get a little antsy. And I mean, of course, Caleb, you practicing with the team and playing with them last year, that's something that kind of pegged the team a little bit as well, which was, you know, just kind of getting antsy and just wanting to get in there and get kills. You know, everyone just kind of wants to get in there and just be the star player. But
Yeah.
based off of that, you know, like I've noticed that the team is starting to realize that,
Yeah.
you know, slow it down.
Yeah. And that's something we talked about last year. We were all too quick to just rush in there and try to get the kills, to be at the top, to see him, you know, star player, because we wanted MCC to look at us. But what I think people don't realize is MCC doesn't just look at the kills. They look at how we play, what we play, and how we play that round. As you can see, they played that, honestly, I'm not trying to be biased, but I think Marshalltown played that round perfectly. They got the wall open, they played the vert, and they forced them into a position where they had to push the diffuser, even though there was vert on top of them.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fantastic play, and not just let alone MCC, which of course is a really big community college here in town that has won multiple championships and multiple titles across the nation. You know, so of course students here are wanting to get noticed and you know get that ticket to college. But for sure, just any school available that they're interested in, that they just want to, one, hone in their skill, and two, continue playing these games. You know, of course, Caleb and I being gamers, me myself, in high school, this would have been an amazing opportunity. But you know, the 2010s, people didn't really care about esports, so this is a great, fantastic opportunity for these kids. But as they are droning in initially and looking to see where their enemy team is at, we will go ahead and let's jump into Peyton and see again how he's, oh, that's not Peyton, that's Joshua. Peyton, see how he does again. Looking like they went ahead and used the same points to bunker down.
Yeah, it looks like what I think they're going to do is they're going to run the same play again, as they're going to just get the wall open and play vert. And it's not a bad play at all, because, again, like I said before, once you open the wall and get the vert down, it's quite, like, really hard, especially in B site where there's a lot of vertical play. We're going to see the wall be open here now. And fuses are going down right now, which is exploding a lot of places around site, making it harder for them to defend that wall, which is a great play from Trey, allowing them to defend the wall. We're going to see... Okay, we got 2 picks from Marshalltown immediately. The smoke goes out as Peyton gets shot. Ooh. Peyton downs him.
Oh.
Peyton gets downed as well. It's a 2v4 now, but Peyton's getting picked up, so it's now a 2v5.
So
Now a 5v1. They're going to run in there, I'm assuming plant diffuser.
yeah, it looks.
Watching vert. Oh. Getting shot from the other side. I don't know if he knows he's downed.
Yeah, it looks like one of the Waterloo East players are down at the moment. That kind of burst you see there is extra boost that they're giving them for health. So it kind of helps Peyton out there since he was low on health.
But Valkyrie's picked up now, making it back to 5v2. Jesho with the pick. So 5v1. If they just play this calmly, they don't need to lose here. And
Omar getting taken
Omar
out.
getting taken out. And then
Oh.
Trey with the refrag, and that's another
Nice.
round to Marshalltown as it starts 3-1.
Nice job. Marshalltown coming in hot at the moment, honestly. Just
Yeah, looking very good.
taking them out. The initial jittle nerves from that first round, you know, because it looked like in a bad way that they were kind of getting taken out. But, you know, Trey coming in with that 1v3 and then that second round getting sent off to Waterloo East. But so far, Marshalltown is looking great.
Looking very great.
Really kind of just taking it to Waterloo East. One of the things I know as well, being part of, you know, playing games as well myself and competitive games online, that I think Waterloo East also kind of has to realize is if it doesn't go your way, you tend to get frustrated.
Yeah.
Is the word I'm looking for. So frustrated, just like, you know, with anything, you need to reel it back in, kind of calm down, get your team back together, so that you guys are more focused in and going into it with a clear head. But easier said than done. So who knows how Waterloo East right now is kind of thinking and kind of essentially trying to figure out their next plan. But
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege is a lot of game of nerves and emotion and skill.
You just gotta keep calm is a big part of it. And speaking of Waterloo East, I think right now they're definitely running more slower operators because they're trying to slow down Marshalltown. They have Capcan, Malusi, and a Castle. All three are operators that are trapping and slowing down Marshalltown. They clearly know that they're just letting them get into sight too fast, so they're gonna try to slow them down their best they can, waste their time, especially with the Castles and the Malusis. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Marshalltown plays.
For sure, and just like with any game, there's some counters to players. There's other players that are better than the others. So looks like they're running a lot with that character who has a clone. Alibi. As you can tell, I don't play this game very often.
Okay.
But Alibi and Trey's the one that's kind of gotten caught a few times because when you shoot that clone, it ends up showing them where your location is
Yeah, it
at.
gives them 3 pings. So these clones can be pretty vital for Waterloo East. And we see Waterloo East already get set up with the first pick on Trey.
Ooh,
And
Connor.
There's the refrag from Connor, but Connor is very low, and down goes Connor. It's a 3v4, down a body right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how they want to replay this.
For sure, not an ideal situation, but of course not the worst either. So now it's getting a little more tougher.
Yeah. Waterloo East with their early picks, setting the round going to be more stressful for Peyton and Omar.
Two of our veteran players, of course, kind of have some good chemistry with each other.
I disagree with this drone, though. They do have really good chemistry, but I disagree with that drone just because of the holes on the wall, which if anyone peeks yellow, it's an easy pick. And there goes Omar. So now it's a 1v4 for Peyton.
Very daunting task now. And
He sees one.
They kind of know where he's at.
He takes out one. Okay. 1v3 with less than a minute. He does have diffuser. He's going to jump in bathroom. He's getting shot at. Ooh. And that was a good try from Peyton, but unfortunately, not unfortunately, but Waterloo East does take this round.
Yeah, kind of one of the things here that I think Peyton should have maybe done is just kind of hold off a little bit. I know he still had like a minute left, but if maybe he just waited a little bit more, you can kind of tell Waterloo East wanted to rush in there and just got it done.
They wanted to get antsy there.
Yeah, so and that's kind of the thing about Rainbow Six Siege is you have to really just control your emotions because if Peyton would have just maybe just waited there, maybe Peyton was also getting a little bit antsy, just kind of wanting to run in there. But if he waited, he could have maybe had Waterloo East run in, and then he could have just easily just started picking them off because he had the advantage. The thing with this game is if you're waiting and you have the player come towards you, that kind of gives you upper hand on that. But of course, with you playing the game, you'd understand that or no. But yeah, so that's kind of the thing about this game. You know, it's a very emotional game, very emotional, very team oriented. So
yes, exactly. Because the thing about it is, this game can get you really hyped up and really mad in less than a split second, and those emotions can cost you a game, like very, very easily. I would know because I've gotten mad at this game so many times, and in those split seconds where you yell instead of giving a calm out, you could lose another man and lose that round.
Yeah, that's kind of the the daunting task as well with
Yeah, just
with
controlling
these
your emotions.
controlling your emotions,
The
but
hardest part now. Yeah,
hence why I don't play this game. I get very emotional during this game and I
Yeah.
hate it. So,
that's why I stopped playing it a lot too.
but again, also this game just, as you can tell, is very, very tense game. So you kind of have to also relax. But just because you don't
Yeah.
know, I mean, we can see where they're at, but they don't see each other. So they just kind of see. They have to make sure they hear, listen as well through their headset, because they can hear their footsteps. We're gonna jump into Joshua here, see what.
Okay, Joshua looks like he's gonna be going for the vert as he's on Ram, who has a little log motor machine that cuts open the floor. Oh, Joshua getting shot to the floor here? Or, no, he was shot by somebody else, I believe.
Looks like he was getting shot to the floor, maybe.
I thought so. But he knows this person's in the bathroom.
Oh, nice job. Nice
It's a
job
great
there.
pick from Joshua. So he knew he was in bathroom, and he knew that that guy was eventually going to get antsy and just not want to stay in there, especially with knowing there's a ram on the top floor. So that's why having patience in this game is great. And Joshua's going to be taking some shots, but he gets
Oh,
another
nice
pick.
job.
Great picks from Joshua. Oh, and another pick, and it turns into a 5v2, a great situation from Marshalltown. And this is exactly what I mean by the vert. The vert's just automatically giving pressure on them.
Oh, nice job by
There
Omar.
goes the refrag. It's a 4v1. This should be an easy win as long as they play their cards right.
Oh,
But now look at that. Oh,
as long as they.
oof. It's a 3v1. Omar almost killed his own teammate.
Omar's
See,
kind of really low right
getting
now.
kind of antsy and nervous, and that's the reason that happened is because he knew the zero was coming down, but he shot him without knowing it was his teammate. They don't have diffuser here, and they know that he's watching that.
The big issue here is two of his teammates are very low on health, so literally just one hit would pretty much essentially end them.
Yeah.
Omar getting really nervous there,
Omar's
kind of
seen
getting
him,
antsy.
but
There we go,
Joshua
nice
gets the
job.
pick. So that was a pretty good round, but they definitely could have played that a lot better, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
they got the round, and it's what's the score?
It is 4-2-2. 4-2.
4-2.
Roll swap.
And now
so-
they're going on. Now our team, Marshalltown, is going on defense, and Waterloo East is going on attack.
Yeah, so as you can tell there, for sure, Omar could have had the opportunity to end the game right then and there. But again, this game, man, just gets your nerves all over the place. And I mean, I don't blame him. I would have honestly probably choked there, and probably ended up killing both my teammates and killing myself at the same time. But
Yeah.
but it's this is why I don't play this game. But these guys, of course, nerves of steel, getting in there and
Yeah.
and playing the game. So close one, almost
Very close one.
almost lost that one, but
But Marshalltown pulled through.
yeah.
Now, two things I do want to say is one, I don't really blame Omar for kind of reacting like that because the alibi did walk right past him when he wasn't ready. In this game, a lot of people, and I mean like a lot of people, when they get scared by something, they just like shoot and aim as hard as they can. I do it all the time, so I know. And two, what you guys just saw was a ban system where they can ban two different operators on attack and then a defense. So they banned Ace and Ram, so it's going to be harder for Waterloo East to get wall. And then they banned Cade and Mira, making it harder for them to defend that wall. So it should be pretty interesting going up forward.
So yeah, it looks like Marshalltown, of course, banning characters that they've used before, and I'm assuming what Marshalltown's wanting to do is stop them from trying to use that vertical play that Marshalltown has been using.
Because they
Which
know they're kind of just going to do the same thing, right? So
exactly, and as you can see by Waterloo East, it's actually kind of difficult to defend from vertical play when you have
Yeah.
your ceiling, exposed, when you can essentially get killed from up top.
yeah, especially with there's a wall open as well, as we've seen on the bottom garage defenses. It's really hard to keep track of both the roof and the wall.
Exactly, it's very difficult in general just to keep track of two locations at the same time. But one thing for sure Marshalltown is doing as well, that is kind of essential in the game, as well to make sure you have a good round is they have one player who's called the roamer, who ends up running around to throw the defense off. Um, so essentially, they go somewhere away from everybody,
Yeah.
and they go around and try to pick off the defense as they're running in and trying to plant the bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you just said, the roamer kind of just stays down there and try to flank if they're going up a certain staircase or a certain wall that they can flank on them. But unfortunately, the Marshalltown flanker just got first picked, and now it's going to be a bit harder with the wall open, and uh, but it's also going to be harder for Waterloo East because they have a Castle and a Fenrir who are very strong currently. So it's going to be very interesting, I think.
So as you saw, that kind of phone that came up is one of the characters that the Waterloo East has called Dokubi. She has a gadget where she essentially hacks your phone and buzzes so that the team can hear. Like I said, there's a lot of audio. Unfortunately, they're Connor running into two players, and unfortunately, they're running into another player. So now it'll be a 5v1, and yeah,
And that's a ace for Voltic there, actually.
very unfortunate there.
Very unfortunate round.
As we were watching Waterloo East POV. So not the round we were wanting, but again, it's just
But that's the game. You know, there's going to be rounds where you just mess up everything.
absolutely, yeah,
Especially with two very stacked and good teams like this, which is, I think, this is why it's going to be game of the year.
absolutely, yeah. Two tough teams kind of going up against each other, and this is again why one of the matches to look out for, just because of one, the new players we've gotten, and Waterloo East being defending champions. You know, so it's for sure nerve-wracking, and
Yeah, especially because Marshalltown knows it's one of the toughest games on their schedule this year, and they know this is the best team in the state because they won the state championship. So it's going to be very nervous for them, but also very rewarding if they do win.
absolutely, I think for sure it'll give them a huge boost in confidence if they win. But
Absolutely.
the one thing they got to make sure as well is not let it get to their mind or to their
Yeah.
head, because
That's also a thing that is really crucial in this game. It's just not letting those nerves and stuff get to your head, especially if someone's kind of like talking down to you. Because in ranked, if you play this game a lot and you know in ranked your teammates will talk bad and they'll be mad at you. And if you just let that get to your head, you're going to start playing worse and worse. So if you guys do play, the biggest piece of advice I do have is just ignore it. Just ignore what they say and just play the best you can. And if you played the best you can, that's all that matters. So yeah, and that goes for anything on life.
absolutely, for sure. So I know during the winter season, which I happen to coach during Overwatch, that happened during our inaugural year, we had a team that the record wasn't relatively good. And we just kind of went in there thinking, oh, like this is an easy team. We're gonna pretty much destroy them. And then tables got turned, and we ended up getting just destroyed. And of course, everyone was like frantic trying to get back together. And of course, I was as well overconfident going into that game, kind of letting the kids do essentially whatever they needed to, or whatever they wanted to do, which wasn't ideal on my part. But of course, we're all learning. That was the inaugural year, first year. I didn't actually even play Overwatch at that time, but now with 4 years under my belt and kind of learning, so it's a learning experience, just like with anything here as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully these kids for sure take the win against Waterloo East, but even if they lose, it's definitely a huge learning experience. And considering going up against the best team in the league, returning champion, it's
Yeah.
it's you can't ask for any more learning experience.
Exactly. And I think, oh, there goes Joshua. It's a 3v4 now for Marshalltown. And I think, they're going to be put in a lot of situations like this where it's a 3v4, they're just down a lot of man, and now it's a 2v4. And they're going to need to learn. I think it's going to be help them, learning how to play it way better, especially in like 2v4s, 2v3s. And right now it's actually a 2v2. It's
Nice job.
great play from Peyton here, but let's just see if he decides to overextend, which he is currently not.
think
And that's
you
a big problem we also had last year, is overextending. But they've clearly gotten better at it now.
I think for sure they should just end up sitting on it here.
50 seconds, and I believe he doesn't have diffuser. So as long as they can hold this, they should be okay.
Yeah, just sitting there waiting for them to come towards you versus you running out. And they're doing a good job of it right now, just kind of sitting waiting. That little beep there kind of lets you know that they've entered a specific doorway.
It's a proximity alarm, so when any enemy steps through it, it makes that beep, 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 and it's really helpful for a lot of games.
Especially helps too that the enemy's making a lot of noise.
With 15 seconds left, so it's going to be interesting how this DK player plays this.
Let's jump into Waterloo East, see what they're doing at the moment. So this is the
He's
Waterloo East player.
Clearly freaking out. He knows. He has no idea where Peyton is. It should be a pick for Peyton, and that's
Nice
a
job.
good, great play. As you see, last year we probably would have tried to push that guy, but not. See, they didn't ever extend at all. They held their angles.
Yeah, great job there. Great job there, just sitting and waiting, patience.
And a big 5-3 lead. Does the game still go to 6 or do they go to 7? Did they increase them? I can't remember.
I believe it goes to 6.
6? Okay.
Oh, wait,
no, because they didn't say match point.
No, yeah, you're right.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, 7. It goes to, yeah, it says, shows right here.
Oh, yeah, true.
So we got 3 more rounds. So, yeah, it's Marshalltown doing well so far. Doing well with Waterloo, so kind of good to see Marshalltown coming at it, you know, and trying to essentially hold their ground against such a tough team and opponent.
Yeah. And especially being 5-3, every round counts, especially with the returning state champs. And if they do get to 7 wins, they will take map 1, but that does not mean the game's over.
Yeah, correct. It's a best out of 3 matches, so each. So this is game 1, essentially, and after this match, we'll have another game. And if Marshalltown takes game 2, then that's it. But if Waterloo takes game 2, then we'll go on to game 3, and then essentially that's when it will decide who's the winner. So.
Yeah. So I think this is probably the hardest map of the 3. Because Consulate is in my opinion, it's a terrible map. I hate it. A lot of other players play it. So if they're playing this well on a pretty bad map, I think they're going to do really good on the better map, which is Clubhouse next. And I'm not trying to be biased, but that's just what I think is going to happen. But anything can happen in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And correct me if I'm wrong, Clubhouse is the one with the towers, right? The one that has like the main watchtower.
No, I think you're thinking of Oregon.
Oregon, that's Oregon.
Oregon's one of the best maps in the game, but so is Clubhouse. So I love watching Clubhouse games because they're always really competitive. So make sure to stay tuned in for that. And as you see, they're using a Thatcher to eliminate the bandits, but our new player Trey is currently bandit tricking, which is basically putting his bandit charges, which get rid of any any thermite charges or breach charges on that wall. If he puts it down, it'll just electrify it and get rid of it. So meta tricking can be hard, and we see a great play from there. That's a good comms, and that's also something that's really important in this game is comms.
That was fantastic.
Fantastic C4 and comm, but it's a 4v3 for now. Tyron Johnson gets his C4 back, and Joshua's on the roam. If he might be able to walk down yellow and get a pick here, but we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like they're all downstairs at the moment. So let's jump into someone else until he maybe gets a little bit of action here. Marshalltown just kind of sitting there. Omar.
And that's another pick.
Good job there, picking them off. Now the 2v2. Oof.
Now it's a 1v2 with our new player Connor. Let's see how he plays this. He knows one's on breach clearly. Well, they're both on breach, and I think he knows that.
His teammates, even though they're dead, they can still use cams and
they're still able to
use drones to provide as much info as possible to Connor as he's.
He has 50 seconds now. The plant's going down, he knows.
They might trick him. They might trick him. Ooh.
They're both low now. Thatcher is lower.
No,
Thatcher goes down.
Nice job there.
What a great play.
Great job by Connor there.
Absolutely beautiful.
Taking them out and disabling it.
Exactly. Connor played that really, really, really well. And what I think he did the best was just not wasting mags. A lot of people like to pre-fire, especially if they know where someone is. But once they stop, that player will immediately swing you and kill you. Connor knew where he was. He knew that the minute he swung him, he was already on more HP. So he would have killed immediately. And I think that Malusi that went off when the Thatcher, not that the Thermite stood up, also gave him a lot of good intel of where that guy was exactly. So that was a great play, and that was great comms, great match. It's match point now. So if Marshalltown wins this next one, that's the map for them.
Absolutely. And honestly, yeah, it could not have gone any better with Connor there. He knew that they were going to run in there, and obviously it was a 2v1.
Yep.
One player was going to run in there to obviously try to plant the bomb, while the other one was just going to keep his eye on him. One of the things that tend to happen as well is sometimes they fake him out. So they try to plant, and then one player goes in to try to get him, and then the other player pops out of nowhere as well and tries to get him. But
Yep.
looks like Waterloo just stuck with planting and continued to plant, which of course just ended up being a 1v1, and Connor ended up winning both 1v1s. So
It was absolutely a great play. But the problem of overextending I brought up did happen there, as I believe it was a 4v2 before it became a 2v and then a 1v2, actually,
yeah,
if I'm correct. And Connor did play it well for a 1v2, but they did overextend a little too much, which is why it became that situation, especially with only a minute left on the board at that time when it became a 1v2. But as long as they won that round, I suppose that's what matters.
yeah, as long as you get the dub.
As long as you get the dub, yeah.
As long as you get the dub. So, but yeah, for sure. Marshalltown, of course, probably just getting a little antsy there, just trying to end it. You know, I mean, I don't blame them. I'd end it too. I would. This game already gets me nervous enough. I mean, my hands are already sweaty just watching them. But
Yeah, my heart was going up before it started. I was nervous, especially because such a good team we're playing.
I know it's so hard just watching them, and then obviously us watching, like, we know what we could probably do next or try to do something else, but
Yeah.
these guys are in the moment. Their minds are running a million miles a second, like just just the nerves of trying to play the game and trying to win up against such this tough team. It's just I can't express enough more about
Yeah.
how
How
nerve-wracking this
yeah.
game is, and how
It's just-
focus you have to get into it.
Cause like they know it's just one mistake and it's over. Honestly.
Yeah, and multiple times I've seen it where they're winning or someone's winning, 6-3 or 6-1 or almost there, and then sure enough it gets swapped, and then they just for some reason they can't communicate. They start getting into their head. They start getting nervous, start causing issues, start causing mistakes, and then they end up losing the match. So
Yeah.
Connor getting taken out there by one of the Waterloo East players. So now it ends up being a 4v5.
45 on a pretty difficult site to defend, but we see Joshua upstairs to prevent any vertical play. So I think as long as they